choice. I didn't have a choice. It was like, I got a wife and a son. Like,
you gotta make it happen.
I ain't getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might go drive for Uber if it gets real bad. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. Like, I can't. It's gonna be bad for me, for my employer. He's gonna hate me. I'll be excited for a month or two, and then I'll be trying to run a company. Like, I can't work for a job.
Yo, what's up? This is Beacon Light, and you are in the field with the Trackstarz. Keep it locked right here.
Back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, visit www.trackstarz.com. Follow us on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and download the app.
What's going on, Ruslan? How you doing?
Coolin', man. We had a show in Dallas last night.
Okay.
In 100-degree outdoors. And we slept for 2 hours, and we got on an airplane. We came straight to you guys.
Wow. Dope, man.
That's what's up.
We appreciate that, man.
Yes. Thank you guys for having us.
How's life?
Life is great.
Good.
I'm tired.
Family's good.
But life is fantastic, man. So,
good.
We had a crazy show last night, bro. It was Paul's first show back in Dallas.
Oh, wow. Dope, man.
That's where I'm from.
Where
I grew up.
Going to the venue. It was at a museum, the Nasher Sculpture Museum.
Okay.
So he went there as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would go there, see
That's gotta
shows
feel
there all the
good,
time.
man.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel
so it
good.
was
And
like-
you go back and perform.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We shot a little vlog around it. It was like good 800-900 people there. So it was a great way for him to do like a homecoming type show.
Yeah,
You're like the best A&R in the business, bro. Like, how you keep finding talent? Like, constantly.
Yeah.
You re-up quick.
They find me, bro. They find me. No, I'm not. That's not a joke. John Keith is in San Diego.
Okay.
His cousin was going to our Bible study, and they entered the Good Religion remix contest.
Oh, dope.
And that's how we connected. He was around, and then Paul I met through Jet. Paul and Jet used to go to the same youth group.
Wow.
Okay. That's what's
so
up.
I know like Paul's pastor and like the church he used to going to.
That's dope. That's dope. So now you have this show
Amazing.
that is
Amazing.
building steam.
Thank you.
You got a fan.
Yeah. I know. Seriously, like
Yeah.
we love what you do.
Yeah, man. That's
Appreciate
dope.
it. Thank you, man.
You a lot more honest than us, I guess you would say. a little bit more right to the point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your problem with NF, man? Just come out with it. What is it?
So I don't know the man.
So
Start with
we
that.
have the same haters in our streams.
Yeah,
I'm saying. They always like, well, y'all don't get it, and I'm like, dude, he won. He won the competition.
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
still mad?
So one, I don't know the man. Two, I think what they've done around his brand and the management he has, the same manager for 21 Pilots, I think it's genius.
Oh, it's amazing.
I think they're doing a great job. I think from a consistency with worldview, I think it's a bit inconsistent to make music with no resolution, to make music with no God.
Okay.
Like there's no I love like what Andy Mineo's doing is beautiful, like, and he's touching on the same topics, but there's a resolution, there's a hope, there's a Jesus. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think he has an end game though? Like
NF?
Yeah. Do you think
No.
it's like a plan? Like it's just,
But
just
you don't
branding.
You don't think the search was like him saying, even talking like in that interlude, talking about like I was searching for all this, but it was just like nothing came out of it. Then he has a song talking about God, like how God was my search. You know what I mean? Or is that just surfacey to you?
I mean, everybody talks about God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think they're doing a lot of great stuff. Like the whole like T-shirt thing, the $12 T-shirt thing to rack up the bundles up. That's how he outsold Chance. Is they sold a $12 T-shirt with the album.
Oh, wow.
Chance outstreamed him.
$35 T-shirts.
Yeah, but he sold $35 T-shirts, but he outstreamed him, and so he outsold him because they did it. Because that's how you sell albums. Now you sell T-shirts.
It's true. Genius.
Right, genius. Genius. So I think branding, marketing, they're killing it, man. Shout out to that whole team. But from a content standpoint, it's because I have a lot of the same fans.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're the ones that are like, they're depressed, they're sad, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
you
like,
need the solution.
In my opinion. So
got you. Okay. So, but I mean, I know you're Mr. Brand, you're Mr. Marketing, right? You've been trying to teach people for a long time how to step your game up on that side. You know, give tips along the way. Are you seeing improvement? Do you think people are listening?
Yeah. I think so. I think there's a lot more people who are about creating content and sharing messaging and being creative. And so, I think so. I mean, I think it's a beautiful time right now. I think me and Mike Kelvey were just talking about this, like, there's a lot of influencers emerging in the Christian hip hop space. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you guys have been here, the crew's been here, but now you got David, Love It. You got True God. You got all these. Sim.I.Am is another one that's actually a great writer. And you got a lot of these people that are emerging that I think we're gonna see the evolution of media. There's not gonna be any lines. So there's not gonna be like, are you a rapper? Are you a YouTuber? Are you a podcaster? I think all that's gone. Look at like Joe Rogan, for example. Like, what is Joe Rogan? Like, is he a podcaster to you guys?
In my
he has
mind
the
now,
biggest
he's a
podcaster.
podcaster.
Okay, he just broke the arena record for stand-up comedy with Dave Chappelle. They put over 25,000 people in an arena.
Wow, that's crazy.
So is he a stand-up comic? Is he a podcaster?
So he's an entertainer. It sounds like.
It depends on how you meet him, right?
Yeah.
So do people now see you as like they don't even know you rap? Is it that kind of
Some
thing
people,
where they meet you as a podcaster?
Some people just like me as a personality. Some people love the music, and then you know what I'm saying. Some people come and hear Fan Love Friday, join our Patreon community, and then become huge fans of Paul Russell and John Keith. You know what I'm saying? And so I think all those lines are going away. I don't think we're gonna have like, or I think if you're progressive, you're gonna see that. I feel like there's a lot of new wave artists that are stuck in doing things the old way. You know what I mean? So it's like we tour this way, we do branding this way, and it's like, internet's killing all that. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the secret, man? Because I mean, what you did with Dream Junkies was amazing. Like, you could just feel the.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Your talent is finding talent and making a package, right? Like, you made that into a package that people loved. And then you were able, like, where most people would have been like, okay, this is not, your package has gone away. I'm done. You were able to go back right where you were in like no time. Like, how are you able to see and package things in a way that people just love? They just eat it up. Well, what's the secret to that?
There's no secret, bro. At least I don't think there's a secret. I'm much more into having a vision for somebody than a larger vision than they have for themselves. So I think if you look at everybody I've worked with, I dream bigger for them than they dream for themselves. You know what I mean? And I think I just, by the grace of God, I just have the ability to see talent. And I'm not, a lot of people are intimidated by people more talented than them. I'm not. Paul, I think, is technically a better rapper, creative than I've ever been or ever will be. Same with John Keith. You know what I'm saying? I'm not intimidated by that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? And it sharpens me to be better. I mean, y'all don't know how many verses I rewrote on that Dream Junkies album. like calling Ray Rock, like, bro, like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need help. And it's like,
crazy.
But that pushed me to be a better creative.
What motivated you to go on that run after, people started going? You went on a run of just verse after verse after verse after verse. Was that a personal challenge to you to say, you know what, I could do this? Even
about the weeklies.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. It was like, I got a wife and a son. Like,
you gotta make it happen.
I ain't getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might go drive for Uber if it gets real bad. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. Like, I can't. It's gonna be bad for me, for my employer. He's gonna hate me. I'll be excited for a month or two, and then I'll be trying to run the company. Like, I can't work for a job. So I gotta figure this out. And so I had to figure it out. So 2017 was hard. It was hard because I was like, I got to do something. So weeklies, you know what I'm saying? And trying to do them live, it destroyed me, bro. We did like 20 of them joints. Back, like, every week. So I had to write a rap, memorize it, and deliver it live. Just a horrible idea. We should have never did the live portion, because if we hadn't done the live, we could have focused more on the aesthetic and executing.
But it still looked good though.
I mean, it looked all right. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff is cringy in hindsight. But through those processes, then I reestablished myself. I started being able to do shows again. And then and then around the same time is when Paul and John Keith stepped in, and everything is everything.
Did you have to fight any bitterness? Were you motivated at all by proving some certain people wrong?
All that, yeah, man. I was, me and Ray Rock were talking, and he was like, the purest art is when you make it from a raw emotional place, and then you scale it back to who your person is.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think a lot of that stuff was I was very angry and hurt and bitter, but I tried to come back to who I was in Jesus, and give some type of resolution and give some type of hope. You know what I'm saying?
So we come from the same school of, you could be honest, you could be raw, you could say things that are controversial, but you have to have a point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you think is missing from certain artists, is that we're like, you know what I'm talking about, the whole Destinations model of, like, we said crazy stuff on stage, right? Like, but we always knew, I'm not doing this just for shock value. I'm doing this because I wanted to get your attention. I want to show you why, what's the point of all of this, right? So I think I recognize that in you. And I hope other people get that same message. Is like, you could be yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? But please have a point to this at some point.
Yeah, and if you look at how like a book is written, like there's a draft, then there's an edit, then there's another edit.
Right.
Then you know what I'm saying? I think some of the best rappers actually make their music that way. You know what I'm saying? Because there's multiple versions of Belief songs that I've heard. There's multiple versions of Andy Mineo songs that I've heard where he'll have 4 or 5 verses for a record and chop them down. You know what I'm saying? And so rearranging stuff. So I think like artists get too romantic with like the first thing, and it's like, no, go to that dark place, but then reel it back in, you know? And so, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So talk a little bit about Paul and John. Like,
I don't gotta talk about Paul. Paul can talk about Paul.
I'll talk about myself.
We in Atlanta. This is where Paul was born, man.
I was.
come on, man.
Oh, that's what's up. There we go.
Yeah.
Who are you, man?
Who am I? Wow. This is a big question. I don't know. I'm a musician, follower of God. Yeah, I was born Decatur area. Grew up in Stone Mountain until I was like 11, and then moved to Texas.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of see as my home. So that's why I was so huge going back to Dallas. But yeah, it's been so cool linking up with Ruslan and this music stuff, you know, because I had no intention of being a musician, you know.
Did you?
Ivy League, baby.
Yeah. Did you know you were
Cornell. Big bucks.
Really? Did you know you were as good as he knew you were?
I didn't think so. I think that there's a lot of
It's me and his girlfriend convincing him. Like,
it was like, I remember
you're
one night
great.
in particular, we're like sitting at his house, and it was just for an hour, just a conversation. They're like, no, you really need to do this. Like, you need to do
Man.
That's crazy.
That's a real pure way to get involved in this.
It
I mean, a lot of this, just being honest, like a lot of this is driven by pride and I want to be a star. But when you have to get dragged in by God and your brothers and sisters in Christ, that's probably a good place to start, because it's not going to be about you. It's going to be about the mission. Don't let it be about you.
All right.
Don't even fall for that, bro. Like, just stick to where you at.
Yeah,
That's a great place to be.
Thanks. Yeah, it's cool, and I think it definitely makes it to where, because it's easy along the way to get to the point that like everything that you're making, like the art itself is reflecting like your desire to blow up. So it's like, I'm not making songs that are like really communicating what I want to communicate. I'm making songs that are trying to like appeal to like what's the wave right now, or try to like just say this to, you know, get more people to listen. So I think just in general, like in Christian hip hop, like it's hard to be someone who is trying to make your money off of making music talking about God, because it's like, wow, okay, like you're like, do I strategize to make more money in this way or that way, you know? And so I think having it not come from a like, I want to blow up, like has kind of helped a lot.
See, y'all are like,
Yeah. That's vision.
Y'all know what's up. Okay.
I think the thing that makes Paul unique is that he comes from an Ivy League education. He just graduated from Cornell, so he's really smarter than me, and then his writing gets impacted on just such a dope level.
That's
you know
dope.
what I mean? And so he can be in his own space. See, the thing with Dream Junkies is there was like competition, you know what I'm saying? Because we kind of did similar things, but I don't see competition. I see community. I saw that as community. You know what I'm saying? Well, Paul and John Keith, they're so different. And everybody can be their own person. And there's no weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Like John Keith could be like the guy. Like he could be the lyrical turn up trap dude, and I don't feel threatened at all, and Paul don't feel, and Paul does more creative, artistic, vibey stuff. You know what I mean? And it just works. It just is dope. So
I have a question for you, for both of y'all. One, are you still like kind of dealing with the social media thing, like, because it's like I don't know if I want to be on, or are you on like fully? Because I think the reason why I asked you that is because sometimes it's like trying to at you for stuff, and I was like, is he on social media or?
Yeah, no, I'm out there. Yeah, Paul Russell.
Okay.
But he's not on Twitter though.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah,
you don't like Twitter?
What'd you say?
You don't like Twitter? Yeah.
No, I like Twitter. I used to be a big fan of Twitter, but it's just I'm afraid of starting something new, and just like if I were to put out a Twitter like first, like it took a long time to sort of build this Instagram thing, and it's not even huge now, and so it's like just putting the effort.
You want to focus on it.
Yeah.
So you want one focus on something.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like if I have something to say, I don't want to be like, okay, do I say this on Instagram? Do I say this on Twitter? And then also just having, at first it's just going to be like, okay, here's me and my couple friends following me. I don't know. It's just like, it just feels like a whole task. It's a quest.
That's
dope. And then A&R, how, for somebody that says, let's say they got like a small budget, but they want to work with somebody, but how do they start off with just small beginnings for A&R stuff?
What do you mean? Like
for an artist. So like, let's say like the artist is a very talented artist, but they don't have the funding to pay the person the A&R for them. But the A&R is like, I see greatness in you, but I don't, how do I get, what can I do to get you a buzz or something like that?
Oh, I believe one of the best A&R's, rap coaches we have is Ray Rock. That's Andy's DJ. That was Social Club's DJ. So I think Ray Rock is, I think we just have such a gem with him. He was behind a lot of the Belief stuff, my stuff, the Dream Junkie stuff. So I would encourage people, like, reach out to someone like that, and you'd be surprised, like, if he sees the vision, he might be willing to
work with you.
To work with you if he's not on tour, because he's on tour, he's running around, he's about to have a baby. But I think he's really good, and so I think we don't value the A&Rs enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a spot where, like, I'm in a spot where I was telling Paul yesterday, I'm forgetting people.
Wow.
Yeah. And I feel horrible for it. That I've met so many people that I just be forgetting. Like somebody erases from my memory, and I have to be reminded of when I met them. And these aren't like people these are people I've done shows with. I feel terrible. So I'm in a spot where, like, I'm just trying to be faithful to what's in front of me, to the community that I'm around, to the artist. You know what I'm saying? And then also serving artists that I don't benefit from financially.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also trying to make an effort to do that. So we was just in Dallas, and there's an artist out of Houston named Kunle that's really, 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 really good. And he just came out and kicked it. And there's a lot of guys like that, like Bartholomew Jones, that I just want to help. You know what I'm saying? I just want to help. So yeah, I think the best way is just to make great music and get on somebody's radar. And now with like Rapzilla's music review critique, me doing Fan Love Friday, Ray Rock is about to start his, like, you can get heard. You can get heard, and you can get the tastemakers to notice you, and then it can go from there.
Exactly.
How close are we to uniting this whole thing? Like, how close are we?
What do you mean by uniting?
Like, just uniting the fact, all the brands that are out here that are pushing the message, the kingdom agenda, like how close are we to uniting where there's no competition, there's no backbiting, is everybody pulling everyone up?
Well, you got to understand, you're dealing with a lot of men, right? You're dealing with creatives who tend to be more emotional and insecure. And you're dealing with people who are sinners, right? So there's a lot of testosterone, there's a lot of ego, like competition, and I go play basketball every Tuesday and Thursday. You know what I mean? So, like, I get that out. I lift 6 times a week. I'm working out. I get it out. So I don't need to feel like oh man, my YouTube's competing with Trackstar. Like, no, I'm sharing Trackstarz. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's community to me. So I think I'm unique in that, like, I see community and I don't see competition. But I will say that I think that there is a lot of good stuff happening, and shout out to like Ace from Reach. Like Ace is doing an amazing job. Like Ace threw Paul on a record with Lecrae. Paul took rap seriously 6 months before that. You know what I'm saying? And he's on a record with Lecrae. John Keith is on their summer
Some playlists.
playlists.
Yeah.
You know, so I think Ace is doing a lot to bring people together.
Ace.
Doc Watson
Doc,
is another
yes,
one.
yeah.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of people that are doing great work. So, but you know, you're dealing with rappers, man. There's going to
Yeah,
be a
sure.
level of everybody want to compete.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to be seen as the best. Everybody wants to make the top 50 list. Everybody
Where the crew at?
yeah.
everybody wants that. But I think if we can get some good people in the rooms
Yeah.
and really like say, okay, you know, whatever differences we got, we can make this thing better if we
Yes.
work
Oh,
together.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
and like selfless stuff, like you're saying, you help people that you know can't help you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Purposefully doing that, like that should be your heart anyway as a Christian, right? So
Yeah.
we just need more people to do that.
Where do you guys think we are in terms of like Christian hip hop being more I guess unified?
It turned into the interview. You saw
I
that?
know, I know.
yeah.
I
You
think
saw that
I
switch?
think
Go ahead.
Doc is incredible, man. I think the whole stuff with him and when we all came together
Doc
for
was a big one, yeah.
for the South by Southwest
Yes, that was
show.
dope. Yeah.
I think Doc and Derek gets it.
Okay.
They get it. They understand that we got to come together.
Yes.
And I feel like I think about like I follow the source. I follow XXL. I follow Hip Hop DX or everybody. They all understand if whoever's the hottest person, they got to push that person, regardless if they're in competition with each other or not. So I think we're getting to a place where we're realizing that if we continue to work together, if Trackstarz work with Rapzilla works with Jam the Hype, you work with whoever and everybody, we come together, this thing could be even more powerful than what we even thought it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting, we got some of the best connectors in here. Mowgli's a
Yeah.
connector. You're a connector. Michael V is a connector. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are pushing a lot of this unity. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
intentionally
Yes.
reaching out to people,
Yes.
crossing
Oh, yeah,
over,
yeah,
presenting
yeah.
people that
Yes.
people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
We just need more people like that.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job.
I remember we telling that to Mike LV, like, yo, I was like, yo, you like the new generation.
Yeah.
Like, they love you. The
Yes.
new generation of CHH loves him.
Yep.
Like, without a doubt.
Yep.
So, because the old generation was like, about different people.
Sure.
But he's like, nah, y'all, this dude is dope. Y'all need to do a song together. Matter of fact, I'm going to get
Yeah.
you on this song with me. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, I think he does a great job at that. And then you yourself
Yeah.
and your podcast doing that as well, talking to the old and the new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I think that's what we need, man.
And so I think in a way where you said people getting on records together, I think in a way that can be the unity move
Yeah.
while letting people compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you, okay, you think you dope? Hop on a song with John Keith. Let's see how that goes for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hop on a record with Paul. Let's see who outshines who.
It's,
you know what
it's
I'm
a
saying?
different experience. Like, you know, when you play, like you said, pick up basketball. When you're playing with your friends, you can still be competitive. You know what I mean? Like, when
Yeah.
we've done songs together, you can still be like, okay, I got you. I see what you're doing. But it's a different environment than when you're just playing with randos
Yes.
that just want to beat you, like, for real, for real. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So I think that friendly competition environment is a great environment to have, but we have to be committed to the friendly part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we're getting better at that.
Yeah, I was talking with GH3 Radio, MC Nice, and we were talking
Shout out
about
to MC Nice.
Yeah, we were talking about there's got to be moves made really soon to start having those open dialogues and like actually putting together like a Facebook page where the platforms are actually all posting at the same time the same things that are coming from our platforms to where everybody sees that we're all together in this, right? Just pushing the agenda for Christ and making sure that God's word is seen throughout this whole thing. And
The hard
competition.
thing is that people disagree. There's people.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
disagreements we have about faith. There's disagreements about hip hop.
Yeah.
So that's where the rub comes. It's like
Yes.
I don't really like how y'all do this, or I don't really like how. But to me, I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm beyond all that stuff.
Don't you guys feel there's a degree of like if something is hot organically, as a news outlet, you have to cover it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course.
whether or not you may or may not disagree with it.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
There,
So I
there
think
should be
that's-
some obvious consistency.
That's the tough part, right? So you guys asked me about NF, like I didn't listen to his album, nor did I cover it because I'm just not interested. You know what I'm saying? But you guys as a media platform kind of have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all kind of have to,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
I think that's the rub, right? Like where you have to, if something is hot
Yeah.
and it's related to the marketplace,
Yeah.
you gotta cover it.
Yeah.
You know, I would say, why aren't we covering like Toby more?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because who's doing it like he's doing it?
Yeah.
On a real independent level. With United Masters, I got the same distribution as him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Selling out shows all over the world. And Christian hip hop Rapzilla claimed him as a freshman.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody talking about Toby. Like
Yeah.
he's single-handedly the first. I mean, we could call him like the first Instagram rapper, the first influencer
that's true.
rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When nobody's,
No, he's amazing.
we're not saying
He's
anything.
amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like I get it. Like I get that certain names on certain platforms are gonna get more clicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about actually curating, like meaning you guys are the tastemakers, Mike V's a tastemaker,
Yeah.
you know, then I think we have to curate. Like we
Yeah,
have to
that's
say,
right.
this guy is dope. And look, but you guys don't know, but look over here. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So, I
absolutely.
don't know. That's just how I think, you know?
That's cool.
That's dope. What do you need help with? Like what can we're talking about unity and all that kind of stuff. Like, is there anything that we can specifically do to help you? What are your goals? What are you trying to get to that we can help with?
That's a great question. So we're gonna roll out this how would you describe it, Paul? The tour, the idea for the tour. It's like a contest.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
Basically, we're gonna roll out a survey of our top 20 cities, and we're trying to get people to vote for their city.
Okay.
And we're gonna collect the information for those top 20 cities, and then we're gonna go through and based on the top 5 cities, do shows in those cities, and let the fans pick the cities, let the fans pick how big the shows are going to be, the venues, and really put it in the fans' hands.
That's cool.
And then do a live podcast recording before, have special guests in every city. So I guess what we need help with is accountability for me to announce this in public. I just did it, right? I just
gotta go down.
So now I gotta like get the link up. I think it's up on kingsdreament.com/tour. But really, like,
Let me type it out.
I'm trying to get everybody to go there, fill out the survey, and then
Okay.
that way they'll know, oh, these are the cities, and almost run like a contest, and then we'll go to those cities and throw shows
Oh yeah.
in
You
those
say
cities.
kingsdreament.com
/tour. I think that's it.
Well, we'll find out. They'll
Is
let
it
us
live?
know.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll push
They'll
that.
let us know. Y'all go to that link and let me know if that's the right one, and we'll fix it while we talk.
Yeah, I think it's live.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean,
That's great.
I really love what y'all are doing. Excited for what y'all got planned. I think we need more Gary V's. We need more. You know what I mean, like people that can not only do cool stuff but teach. Right? You got to show other people how to do it, because we're getting to the point now where there's a new wave coming in, and what the last generation did, a lot of people were like, "This is mine. I'm not giving this up for nobody. This is my life." You know what I mean? But you're not going to keep that spot unless you reach out to the next generation anyway. So there's no point in holding on to it. You got to be able to reach out, share, teach.
Yes,
That's how we could keep this thing going. That's the real power.
Yeah, man.
And I think, to your earlier question, or I guess discussion about A&R, like I think that's a big part of it. Just being like, if you're somebody who's already in the game and you see somebody, like giving them those
reach out,
connections, because like what Ruslan has been doing for John and I, a lot of it is teaching us how to do things, but a huge part of it is just being like, oh, this guy, oh yeah, I'll hit him up. We'll see if you guys can work. And that
To connect,
like,
yeah.
that's really what gives you legitimacy.
So
as
give
an
me
artist.
this, because there's a lot of artists that are probably like you that just don't even know how to get it done. If Ruslan wasn't there, how long before you think you would be in the same spot?
Wow, a long time, years. I think.
Sounds like a testimonial for King's Dream.
This is for the website. Start over.
Really. Get the camera right. But yeah, no, really, like I don't think I would have gotten to this point at all.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that there's a lot of talented kids that love God, that have this sauce, you know what I mean? But they just, if nobody's looking for them, nobody's helping them. Ace was a connector. Like when Ace came to us, he was like, I want to know how to, who's hot, who's like he wanted to know, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody reaching out, it's almost impossible for you to, in the span of time you have between how old are you? 21. Let's say 18. You started thinking about all this. From 18 to for people age you out, right? Like you don't have a lot of time to figure this out. You know what I mean? So you gotta have people to reach out and say, "Look, I see you. I got you. What do you need? What do you need help with?"
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's just so much music out there. It's like people don't have a reason to click on a guy who's got 100 listens. So you need that legitimacy of someone being like, all right,
Yeah, I think collaborations is key.
Yeah.
Platform is key.
Yeah.
Like visibility on a. That's why I like what Rapzilla's doing with their critique.
Yeah.
They're doing
it's a great way.
every Friday. Yeah. And so Ray Rock's gonna start. So I think that's I would tell artists like, yo, why if
Send
you're not
yourself.
on there,
Yeah.
one, okay, so well, like let's be honest, like there's a lot of people rapping that shouldn't be rapping.
Yeah.
Put that out there. So you got a bunch of people that are not good, that they're delusional.
They think they're good. Yeah.
They're delusional. They're chasing fantasies. Proverbs says like they're chasing fantasies. It's not like, oh man, you need to be refined and you need to get your voice tweaked
it's
or
not
whatever.
there. It's not there.
You're just not good.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so like let's not enable that. Right?
You need that.
so
You need
them-
to do that every Friday.
Yeah, I know I do. Oh, I do that.
No, I mean, well, okay, so how do you do that and still be like, we love you though?
There's a moment, if you go to Ray Rock's YouTube channel, there's a moment where me and Ray lost it because somebody was just, the writing was that bad.
Oh,
Like
wow.
Ray started laughing and I started laughing to the point where I was crying.
Wow.
And I had to get up and walk out like in the middle of the live stream. It was,
Oh, wow.
it's
What
hilarious.
episode was that? I gotta find.
This a couple of days ago.
Oh
It was
yeah.
like,
And-
you're not
and-
the
Bro,
this man's
warmest
coming for
country
you.
you're
And
in.
the-
We're doing a press run
You
about
hurt
this.
people's lives.
So, but you know what? But even in that, we're still, hey, your voice is cool. Your tone is interesting.
Yeah.
However, rewrite the entire verse.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gave him the
You know?
sandwich.
Like,
Voice sounds
this is good.
Rapping is
beat-
trash.
No, because it was
got- you got heart.
Voiceovers. Voiceovers may be your thing.
he had a record with multiple people on it. And one of the dude that was doing a hook is a popping artist, and I was like, yo, like you went out of your way to piece this together. You got
Yeah.
all these features. You got a great beat. You got a great hook. This is good.
It's almost there, except
Your
you.
verse just needs to be redone. And I tell people all the time, like don't be afraid to hire a consultant and have somebody come in and coach you through a verse
Yeah.
and
We got
see if
something
you
for
even
you.
got it.
We got
you
something
know?
for you,
got,
so.
yeah.
We've
yeah.
been trying to make this guy over here into a rapper.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay?
He looking at you
From
like,
scratch.
From
he
scratch.
looking at you like, not the wrong guy. The wrong guy.
I don't think you understand. From scratch.
13 years of watching them rap, and I never wanted
Never
to.
rap.
From scratch.
Praise God.
So we got a little program for you. Make
Okay.
me a rapper. If you want to learn,
Yeah.
just come on over. We'll teach you. So I know you got to get out of here, man. Thank you
Yeah,
for coming
thank you
through.
guys,
Yes,
man.
man.
You guys are
Appreciate you very
fantastic.
much.
I'm a
Yes,
big
sir.
fan, of course, at Trackstarz. So
Yeah.
you guys keep doing what y'all doing, man, because this
thank
is
you.
more important than I think y'all understand. Like I don't think you
We
guys
really
understand
don't,
the weight of this platform. I know it's fun and all that kind of stuff, but I think what you guys are doing is important. And I love, even though I think you guys are really soft on Christian rappers,
Yeah.
I love the whole like we're gonna put
Oh, line for line.
so and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
versus so and so. You know what I'm saying? Because the Christian rapper always wins. I don't know
not-
how it
no, not-
happens.
Not
It's like
true.
we're gonna put Ruslan against Jay-Z. Go, Ruslan. We're gonna put John Keith versus Kendrick Lamar. John Keith hands down. We're gonna put Paul Russell against Childish Gambino. Paul Russell. Oh, so I think y'all be a little soft, but from an SEO standpoint, it's genius. It's genius. Yeah, I
That's
want to see
hilarious.
more Christian rappers take L's on that.
You need,
though.
they take L's.
Objectively.
You need to talk to these guys and tell them not to be so sensitive.
Y'all did Dream Junkies versus Black Hippie and had us beat out Black Hippie.
Wow.
Hey, man.
And I was like, come
Votes
on.
don't lie, bro.
Come on.
You gotta talk to YouTube.
Honestly, yeah. YouTube has a voice on that.
Yeah.
So we take that.
A single vote.
Yeah.
Single vote. Yo, we got some.
But then you have Mr. Vote Christian.
yeah,
that's him.
100%.
because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't get
unless
content
it's,
out of my
unless
head.
it's Andre 3000. You ain't
Yeah.
got-
All right.
Or
Yeah, no
Outkast.
chance.
Or,
Ti.
yeah.
Yeah, keep doing that though. Just keep doing that.
Appreciate
Just be a
that.
little harder on the Christian rapper.
Yeah.
A little harder.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging
All
out
right,
with
man.
us. Oh, wait. Tell them how to find your podcast, all the stuff you do on
Yeah,
YouTube.
just Ruslan. If you search Ruslan on YouTube, I'm usually the first thing that comes up. Ruslan KD is the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Ruslan
How do I
KD.
find you?
Find me at Paul Russell on Instagram. Only place
Coming
you can
soon
find
to
me.
Twitter.
What'd you say? Yeah, I don't know, man.
You know you
Let's
can
see.
combine them and
I'm
you
gonna
can
make
do
it
one
combine
thing.
them.
And
What's
then
that?
you
I'm a
can
spook
publish them
page.
all at one time.
Yeah.
So you do Instagram
word.
and it publishes
Hang
to
out for a
Facebook
second.
and
We'll
Twitter.
show. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantan, and DJ Jeremiah.
Hey guys, Miracle here. Thank you so much for watching that episode. Make sure you go below, like it, subscribe, click the bell, and make sure you follow us on all forms of our social media. Also, check out our website and be sure you spread the word. We'll see you next time.
We know not what we doing. Screw that, they know, let them have it, do it. Okay, I'm erratic, prove it. Never mind, got a mind that'll wind up with me in a lineup behind bars with these bars.
freedom.
Yeah.
We not through yet.
All right.
Trackstarz Music presents.
Turn my volume up. Turn me off.